Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing today? We have a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to do. I have Shiny Doug Trio to get to hunting. I'm going to be leading with Raticate in the front of my party for the runaway ability to be able to escape arena trap. I started working on a very big video project last night, which I'm super excited about. I actually had to reach out to 2 veteran players to even get the information and to like correct things to make sure I knew what I was talking about and stuff. People in chat are saying the thief move isn't working in game. That's pretty big news. I didn't know about that. That's pretty nuts, man. What else? I don't know, just a lot today, man. A lot of things to cover. There's just been a lot going on. Obviously, it's still the Halloween event. However, my nose is a little stuffy. Excuse that. Apologies. Still the Halloween events, although I think a lot of people are kind of. I'm already back to you know, shunting, so we'll see what happens. What's up though, fellas? Good morning. Hopefully you're doing well, dude. That's the next like rating competition. We do shinies, we do vanities, and then we do like usernames and Pokemon nicknames. I'm so down to like encourage people to do creative nicknames for Pokemon where I have interesting usernames. It's so dumb, and it's probably just a part. I think with fashion contests, I probably realistically just loop in the username as well, or with shiny rating realistically loop in the nickname. But man, I don't know, it's a funny thing to think about on its own, you know. Something I've come to accept, this is gonna sound really funny to a lot of my viewers, something I've come to accept is that like I think I need to stick to ×5 hordes. I don't think I'm good enough at this point, or have enough time rather, to do like singles and rares and stuff, man. I always praise how good the shiny rate in this game is and how good the system is, and it really is. And I think it's more about adapting. You know what, if I don't have the time, and this sounds really funny because I play this game for a living, but I don't play the game. I mean, I play it a fair bit, right? Monday through Thursday I probably play like 6 hours a day, but then on the weekends maybe 2. Still a lot more than the average player, right? Maybe. Average player is pretty dedicated in this game. I'm getting distracted. My point being, I don't even know if I have enough time right now to do things like fishing, hunting, single encounter shunting, like going for rares. It just takes too long, and I don't have the time for it. I think I'd rather go ahead and go for ×5 hordes right now. So my TLDR to all of this is I'll be getting back to ×5 hordes a bit more, getting some more consistent shinies. I think it's better stream content, more fun for me. That'll be the current. This thought process could last a day, a week, 2 weeks, 3 months. We'll see. But this is my this is where I'm at. Wait, I almost forgot about this. Okay, I can show this off, dude. This sold for an insane amount of money, and I totally will always admit. People think that everything sells higher and faster because it has my OT on it, and honestly it kind of does a little. I always admit that. Like, there's nothing I can do to control that, right? It didn't always. Like, people will comment on like old videos where I had like 6,000 or like 10,000 or less subs, and they'll be like, oh, like this challenge only worked because he like blah, blah, blah. And it's like I didn't even have the subs back then, right? But nowadays for sure I just have an influence on the game, as you know, for better or for worse, right? People definitely buy stuff on my OT. Anyways, but I'll still always sell stuff for an accurate price for the most part. This thing sold for a lot, though. This was a harder thing to price check. The others around it were priced around this price, which is why I priced it here. But my TLDR is the best Pokemon I ever caught sold. The best Pokemon I ever caught. The limited limited edition Alpha Zorua Encounter. The first one of its kind, sold for 2 million Pokeyen, 5 × 31 natural catch, plus 28 in the other stat. A lot of Pokeyen, 2 million, which I desperately need to be able to invest in the upcoming event season. So I'm happy with that price. Yeah, actually, maybe I undersold it. Fuck, that's the funny underpriced, dude. Apparently, okay, these went up so much. These were 300K last I checked. I listed it for. That's hilarious. If I sold it for underpriced, I mean that's ideal. I don't mind. Let me do like, it was something like this. No, it was 25 plus here, wasn't it? It's gonna be harder to 6 × 31. No, you see 6 × 31 still for like 1.6 though. Yeah, mine definitely was pretty expensive. Kind of. At the time when I listed it, the only other 5 × 31s were around my exact same price, so that was my thought process. I think I priced it accurately at the time, but it might have oversold a little. It's hard to tell. It's crazy though. Is Zorua exclusive and will not come back, or it is seasonal? We just don't know. You never know with something like that. Like this year, I think all of the Wisp Mons came back. Like all like the Gengar, Misdrevious, Spirit Tomb, all that stuff was here last year as well, and those all came back. But we didn't know. A couple months ago, I sold all of mine off because we didn't know whether they were going to come back or not. You know, they were really expensive then. So I think it's really, we just don't know. It's possible that the Alpha Zorua spawn happens again next year. It's possible that's the only one. Similar to Alpha Kanto starters, we'll have to see. This is a great question. So I'm curious about alts. When it comes to them, is it better to have another character on the same profile or a second account that has your character? I think it's kind of up for debate. There's benefits and negatives to both. I think having a second account with another character on is good because then it allows you to log into both accounts at once on different devices. So you can have like your computer, your laptop, or your computer and like your phone or tablet, and you can play 2 accounts at the same time if you want to, which is really cool. That's a huge benefit, right? You have to have 2 devices for that, but huge benefit. But if you have one account with 2 different characters, right? If you buy donator status on one of them, it actually is account wide. A lot of people don't know that. I always forget that. It's actually account wide. So I have donator status right now. If I were to log into like my dumb old like other characters on this account, they would also have dono, which is kind of interesting. So there are some like positives and negatives, but I would say overall having a second account for a different character is probably better. That was one of my favorite quality of life changes to ever be added to the game, Zarakas. Thank God the game has a warning for when killing a shiny. Like, shinies are already so rare in PokeMMO. Why not have a warning when you try to run from one? You know, why not have a warning when you try to kill one in a horde? I think it's just, you know, it makes sense. Hey, Pat and chat, just caught a shiny Cyndaquil. Is that true, Jim's Chip? That is a, like in the wild? That is a nuts wild catch. If you could post that in global or something, I would love to see it. That is a genuinely, you don't see that very often. That's very rare, man. Oh my goodness, he actually just fucking links it like a demon. Today, caught like 20 minutes ago. You're a fucking god, dude, with an ultra ball. You're a fucking god. Congratulations, man. What a goddamn cat. Congrats, dude. You don't see wild, you know, lore starters. Oh my god, you don't see that, man. I don't see that very often. That's incredible when you see it, man. Congratulations. Super big congratulations. I liked Beheeyem as a Pokemon. I wish Shiny Beheeyem was a little better. It's not bad. I really like Beheeyem as a Pokemon. Beheeyem's a really interestingly designed Pokemon. Visually, not so much. If you look at him a little closer, it's just like I like the little hand, little jewels. He's meant to be like an alien, cerebral Pokemon. Like, but what I really liked about Beheeyem is his stats. He is a really interesting NU Trick Room Pokemon. 125 base special attack is nothing to scoff at. With the Trick Room speed, you've got to run it in Trick Room. But what I would do, man, this guy was a menace in Trick Room. Beheeyem with nasty plot gets disgusting. It gets really, like, 125 base special attack, being able to nasty plot within Trick Room with this decent bulk, like 75 HP, 75 defense, 95 decent bulk. This Pokemon can be a pain, man. This Pokemon can be really good in Trick Room. I'm curious if you could run it as a, I don't know if it's bulky enough or has the typing. I like the idea of just running it as a like bulky Calm Minder, but I don't think it's quite, I think it would just get obliterated. Especially with like the overly aggressive, fast-paced NU metagame. I think especially with U-turn Blaziken, it could never really pop off. I need to go back and look at NU. Now that Blaziken is out of NU, I feel like a lot of like things, because so many Pokemon would be locked out of the metagame due to Blaziken. If it's weak to U-turn, if it's weak to, dude, Electros being the most used. These stats are really minimal though. I feel like wait, are they having an issue with the stats in PokeMMO? I feel like the PvP stats keep resetting like every day. What is happening? Like, is no one just playing PvP? Is that what's happening? Because why are there so few games played? This is crazy to me. I know it's the 6th of November. Has there really only been 83 or something NU games played? That's really sad. I've never seen the tier that quiet. Nobody's playing PvP? I've got to spark interest back in NU then, man. Like, I love this tier. That is really sad. That, like, actually kind of hurts. Damn, dude. Okay, I gotta, you know what? I'll try to do some PvP at some point, man. That's brutal, dude. I'm so glad you noticed, Choco. Is that Phantom Menace from PS1? This is one of the first video games I ever played in my entire life. Like when I was probably like 3 to 5 years old. This is one of the first video game memories I've ever had. It was the first, I thought this was the first console game I ever played, but I actually realized recently that it wasn't. It was Star Wars Jedi Power Battles, because the first console video game I ever played, I'm not a huge Star Wars guy, but my favorite Star Wars character is kind of a niche one due to Jedi Power Battles. I'm a huge Plo Koon fan. The orange lightsaber, his character design, and everything else that I've learned from him, I really like Plo Koon. He's a really cool character. And I got that from my first video game ever, Jedi Power Battle. My first console game. My first video game ever was like on PC. It was Nanosaur and Bugdom. Those were the first like video games I ever played, I think. And there was also like some Finding Nemo like puzzle game. You know, but like yeah, I really remember Nanosaur, Bugdom, Star Wars Phantom Menace, and Star Wars Jedi Power Battles. I played all of these at a babysitter's house while her older kids, I remember the box art so vividly. Her older kids were playing StarCraft 1 back because StarCraft 2 was now, definitely wasn't out yet. StarCraft 1 and Warcraft, not World of Warcraft, but it was like way back in the early, because this must have been 2001, 2002, 2003 that I'm remembering. My first video game experiences were like age 3 to 5. Yeah, her older teen kids were playing like Warcraft and StarCraft, and I was playing Bugdom, Nanosaur, PS1 stuff. And SSX Tricky was at that house as well. That was some of my first video games of all time were SSX Tricky, SSX 3, and some of those PS2 games. Okay, sorry to make so much nostalgia clips, but do you guys remember, this was really cool to me. Did you guys ever have these in your local area growing up? Growing up in my area, if you went to the grocery store, they used to have like a kid zone. Did you guys have, these were the best things ever. They would have like a kid zone. They should bring these back. This was genius. A kid zone to like drop your kids off while the parents went grocery shopping, okay? And they had a PS1 in there. So one of my first video game experiences, the first time I ever played Spyro, it was so magical. Spyro 1 was in a kid zone on the PS1 at like a grocery store, and I didn't want to go home. Like my dad like dropped me off. I was playing Spyro. He was time to go home, and I was like, I wanted to fucking keep playing Spyro, man. Man, it was like such a vivid, vibrant greens. That opening zone of Spyro 1 is just unmatched in terms of a starting zone for a game. It's phenomenal. You have 700 goodie bags, Toast. Did you grind the boss for all 700 of those? So you're saying, excuse me, what should I do? Sell my 700 goodie bags and keep for Xmas or anniversary, or keep the goodie bags? I would not sell them right now. So there's two options. I would sell all of your goodie bags the like second to last day of the event when FOMO starts to kick in. If you want to sell them, wait a couple days. Don't, right now they're at the absolute lowest. I would sell them, open as fast as possible, open them all. Opening 700 is crazy. I would sell them all second to last day of the event, maybe last day of the event, but that's pushing it a little bit. Try to sell them in trade chat if possible and dodge the huge listing fee. That is actually probably worth it. If you're selling large quantities of goodie bags and sealed products, trade chat, legitimately good. I think your two options are sell second day before the thing ends, or like last day of the event, and or just hold for like 2 years, 1 to 2 years, if you want like a short-term thing, but that's kind of long, you know. If you have 700 goodie bags, it's up to you. It's up to you. Yeah, either long-term invest and hold for like 2 years, or sell in a couple days. You can open goodie bags shockingly fast. It's kind of disgusting because it allows for crazy gambling. I only know this because my fucking love him. My good friend Dusty Bunny would do this because he's a huge gambler. You can keybind the goodie bags and just fucking spam it, and you can open so fast. I thought that you had to like click and like do the fucking boop, like no, you can just spam a hotkey. It is scary how fast you can gamble. Prove it. I literally don't want to. I'm sorry. What do you think the huge change is gonna be during the anniversary event? I really don't know. I really don't know. Opened like 45 last time with keybinds, nothing good whatsoever. Yeah, I really don't know what the I mean, how could I possibly know, right? With the new big, they promised some sort of big mechanic for the anniversary event, which is, think about it, last year they gave us alphas. They introduced hidden abilities to the game a year ago or so, a little over that, but last anniversary event. If something similar to that size is coming, something similar to hidden abilities being released, something similar to alpha swarms, which changed the way, you know, the way that everything, you know, everything's been done, that's pretty massive. All right, quick little recap for those who haven't seen it in a while, or those who just haven't seen it ever. I don't remember how long ago this was. I can see when my video was posted on it. 1 month ago. This was posted 1 month ago. Okay. A month ago, Rach said, we're not exactly sure when the anniversary event will be held at this stage, but it won't be before the Halloween event. Sorry, I cut it off. We've been working on another large and impactful feature to showcase for the anniversary event, much like last year. We're not ready to share details, but I think it'll be worth the wait. So they mentioned a big game-changing mechanic coming, much like last year. Much like last year is also an interesting sentence, similar to alphas, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be a similar mechanic, but something like large and impactful like that, right? Fairy type, fairy type, fairy type, fairy type. It could possibly, it could be fairy type. I don't like. I don't know. Okay, wait a minute. Honestly, and before the big features of correcting a 7-year-old quote unquote bug, I hope not, dude. Oh, that'd be brutal. Mega evolutions. Fairy type would be really interesting without Gen 6 plus Pokemon. That's actually kind of a cool proposition to me. Like, introducing fairy type, what would change? Clefable, Granbull getting a buff would be real. I would love to see that. Like, I feel like the scariest Pokemon would be Clefairy and Clefable, and I fucking would hate to see them be good. Togekiss, Mr. Mime's fairy type, is that true? Jesus. Togekiss getting fairy type, does it really need a buff? Like a lot of that stuff. This is why I kind of hate. I hate things that buff already good Pokemon. Like, what's the point, man? There are no fairy type right now? Yeah, there's no fairy type in PokeMMO, man. What about sword/shield raid things? That would be really cool. Ooh, that's kind of similar to. It's very, very, very cool. I love poison type getting a buff. Like, there are some good things that fairy type brings. Poison type getting an offensive buff is awesome. That's like the best part of it. Steel types getting a little bit of an offensive buff and, you know, defensive and stuff. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of fairy types. I'm not opposed to them. I've always said my thought process is, and I'm not a PvP god. I'm not an expert. I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with this who are much smarter than me. I've always said, like, dragon types aren't too strong in PokeMMO. Like, they're strong. They're good. There's a reason why if you go to PvP stats, you see top couple Pokemon. We see Garchomp, Dragonite, Hydreigon in the top, like, what, 10 or something? They're good, right? Dragons are always would be good. But, like, fairy type, I feel like it might make them too, maybe it wouldn't be too good. Maybe it wouldn't be too weak. I don't know. I don't like how fairy types are immune to dragon. I've said this over and over and over again. I really wish, I would have loved to see fairy types introduce the first 4 times resistance naturally. If fairy type 4 times resisted dragon as opposed to a normal 2 times resisted, I think that'd be awesome. I don't like the idea of it just being an immunity switch in to things like Scarf, Dragon Claw, Garchomp, an immunity switch in to things like Specs, Draco Meteor. I think it's too good. I think a 4 times resist would have been plenty you know, kick to dragon type, but that's my thoughts as a non-PvP expert. Gunk Shot's a great move, man. I love poison types getting buffed, like Poison Jab, Gunk Shot, Sludge Bomb being better moves, man. I love me some Gunk Shot. It's an, you know, shiny Garbodor spamming Gunk Shot is a good time. Wait, that's the real reason I don't want fairy types in PokeMMO, because Scizor would become even better. No, Bullet Punch, no, please, I don't want to see any more. No, that's the real, yeah, never. Actually, fairy types are the worst idea. I don't want fairy types, please. They would just be really unbalanced. Dude, oh my god, please, no more Scizors. Holy, no more Scizor play, no more usage. Dude, no. If they did implement raids, how would you want to see them implemented? Like the Sword and Shield newer generation raids, or like I'm thinking, I have no idea. I haven't played those games. I just don't know. But if they want to do something, I've wanted dungeons forever, man. Dungeons, something like they already have the design, they already have the layout, something similar to the Christmas event dungeons or the Lunar New Year event dungeons would be so good. Like something similar to those types of games, but longer and with like different rooms and like bigger, more advanced versions of those, and like a permanent style of gameplay would be huge. I like make it like, you know, available year round. They talked about, this will be mentioned in my upcoming bigger video project. They talked about how they wanted to release dungeons back in 2018, and they mentioned how they wanted it to be like an hour long to complete each dungeon. That was crazy. That's I like that. That's cool. And it's very doable with the Pokemon format. I think it's cool. I think it's underrated. I'd love to see them bring it back. Do you think you can reach 50k subs at the end of the event season? What's today? November 6th? No, I don't think so. I'd have to gain 8k subs in the next 2 months. I don't think it's possible, unironically. I guess end of the event season would be what do you count that as? End of January? 3 months? Even then, I don't think so. It's more possible, but really unlikely. I gain around 2k subs a month. You can always check my stats for like YouTubers are pretty readily available on the internet as well. I get around 2k subs a month pretty consistently, which is really nice. Do you think the creators would let us download our progress in the game if PokeMMO ended to play it offline? I don't know, man. It's hard to talk about something like that because, you know, it's unlikely. Hopefully it doesn't happen. You know, it's unlikely, but I mean, I guess any MMO has to die eventually. I don't know though. Like, video games literally haven't been around long enough. We don't know how. I don't know, man. I think certain MMOs could last, you know, hundreds of years, or at least 100, right? Like, Ultima Online's been what, 25? How long has Ultima Online been up? Ultima Online's been kicking since 1997. How many years is that? I'm terrible at math. It was like 20. Is it 26? 26 years for Ultima Online. World of Warcraft's obviously been around for a long time. Old school RuneScape's been around for a really long time. RuneScape itself, not old school, RuneScape. I think MMOs could last for like 100 years. I'm really curious to see. I hope we reach a day where it's like Ultima Online's 100th anniversary. That would be so sick to me. Should I save my special candies to sell near the end of the event, or should I just sell? I think just sell, man. I don't think they're gonna like go up in price near the end of the event. Special candies, like, maybe I'm wrong. Special candies, like, I think pretty sure they disappear out of your inventory, or like they like something happen. You can't like save them for next year. I'm pretty sure they just get like consumed. So make sure you sell all your special candies before the event ends, because I'm pretty sure they just like disappear or get consumed, or like, yeah, they're like not an item you can keep around until next year. Can we make 1 million Pokeyen in 1 month? I have a video called making 1 million Pokeyen in 1 day from scratch. You can make a lot of Pokeyen very fast. It's all about game knowledge, time, and effort. Truly. You can start a new account from scratch and make easily more than 1 million Pokeyen in 1 day. It's going to be like 16 hours of gameplay. I did it in 14, I believe. You can do it 100%. It's not that crazy. It's not gonna be the average person, obviously, but it just shows to show you how far you can push the game and how much money you can make. Money making in PokeMMO is really, I should say, really easy if you are willing to put in the time and effort, like, and have, you know, watch videos and have the game knowledge and stuff. Let's check the profit now we have a consistent strat for easy mode. How much money are you making per Pumpkin boss fight? It costs you 1x special per fight, as well as 1 special candy. So you're making like what? You're spending like 13k, 14k per fight, 13k. And then you're getting 5 goodie bags every fight. So you're spending 5k, or sorry, 13k for the fight. And you're making, we'll do 5,500. Sure, times 5. So you're making 27 minus 13k. Honestly, way less than I do. You're making like 15k per fight. Let's even like high roll. Let's say you can do a fight every 5 minutes. So what is that? 60. I'm terrible at math. 60 divided by 5, 12 times, is it 14k? Oh my god, that's actually so bad. 168k. Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys can see the calculator. 168k Pokeyen per hour. Ugh. Dude, just go gym rerun at that point. Go do wisps, go flip, go breed for profit, go do something. Honestly, that's actually so bad. Wow, I didn't realize it had gotten that bad. Ouch. Hard mode's like 600k per hour though. Yeah, I guess I believe it, man. That's definitely the difference. Like, if you have a hard mode team that can do that, it's probably a really solid profit. You know, how many items are you using in hard mode? Are you spending the same amount, like 13k, but you're making Pumpking goodie bags times 5? 30k times 5? 150k or something, right? No. What? My math is so bad. Yeah, okay. Minus, dude, that's unbelievable, the price. Let me move my calculator. That is unbelievable. You're making, jeez Louise, man. 137k. Is that real? 137? If you, what? 137,000 Pokeyen per boss fight? Doing hard mode? You probably can't do this many fights per hour, though. Yeah, hard mode seems big fucking cash money. That is crazy. But easy mode's piss poor. That's nuts. It costs way more in items. Even if it costs like 50k per fight, it's still a crazy profit. You know, 100k per fight or something like that. That's nuts. I want to know so desperately how much information the devs track about our characters. I think it's so... I wish the devs would release more data on this stuff. Or if I could do like a one-on-one interview and they like at least tell me my data, that'd be so cool. Auk told me recently in DMs that one time he was having a conversation with a developer or like a high-end admin or some, you know, staff, right? And they weren't able to tell him the exact amount of steps his character had taken throughout his entire PokeMMO career. Like, steps in game. That is a crazy stat to track. That is nuts. That was so cool. I would love to hear more data like that. That was nuts. Do you think they should add a search section for OT on the GTL? Man, that's kind of a tough one because it's like, it's so niche. But man, the ability, like, it's so niche and so extreme to add like that, but like, do we really need that? But the ability to search up, I've had so many players come to me saying, man, I really wish that I could find my old OT shiny that I sold. You know, if that allowed players to search for their OT and find their old shiny that they sold, I think it is interesting. Or search for like Squirtle OT stuff or like niche stuff. It'd be interesting, but is it really worth a whole nother search function? I don't know. That's kind of, you know, at what point do we draw the line on advanced search? There's so many filters now. At what point do we draw the line? It's kind of, you know, that's tough. What's the most expensive item in game that I haven't played in a decade? The truly most expensive item in game would be the party hat, because there's only one of it. It's a one-of-one vanity. But you're not going to find the person that owns it. They don't want to sell it. So, like, that's, you know, most valuable item, but, like, you're not going to be able to actually buy it. The next expensive items are Q-Hat, Electric Storm, and Desu Lab Coat and colorable Desu Lab Coat. Those are all around 15 bill, 10 to 15. Colorable, I believe, is worth more than the normal Desu Lab Coat. That's, yeah, a lot of Pokeyen. What's your best investment you're most proud of? That's a tough question. I don't know, really, because I haven't really, like, sold off any, like, crazy investments. I'm sitting on a lot of investments right now. I think I have like 200 mil or something in investments, right? I have a lot of money in investments. I don't know I like anniversary chests the most, but I haven't truly made like that much money on them yet. We'll have to see. Are spooky arms extinct on GTL or untradeable? They're like ghostly arms. I think they're untradeable, which is really sad. If someone has that vanity, if you could like show me in game somehow, that vanity is so cool, so sick. But in terms of like my favorite investment, damp rocks. No, it's obviously a meme. Don't actually, not an investment. It's a joke item collection. Okay. I have a bunch of 2022 goodie bags, 2021. I wish I got more golden anniversary chests, 1300. I made a bunch of money on extra small XP candies. Xmas presents from different years. Pumpking stuff. Shiny Kanto friends. I love this particle effect. I hope it goes up at some point. Of course, rate limit. I didn't even check anything yet, and it rate limit exceeded. Those are probably my biggest investments. My biggest ones. I love the anniversary event. I think that event was so incredible. Yeah, stuff like that. I bought a 2012 Snorlax for 5K and flipped it for 300K. That's a good one, man. We love 2012 flips, can be insane margins. Yeah, always testing locations is honestly really important and worth doing, in my opinion. Like, I don't think I've tested, hilariously, I don't think I've tested my Dugtrio spot. So I'm actually gonna go do that right now. I'm gonna, you know, do a time swipe Horde battle of Dugtrio and just pretend one of them is shiny, essentially, and test the fight. Maybe I'm about to give a take that, like, I think is reasonable, but maybe I'm just I don't know, I'm just a pretentious, grumpy boomer. I don't know. I do not understand and do not empathize with the mentality of new players thinking that they should be able to participate in endgame content. I don't get it. I will never understand being new to a game and being entitled and thinking that, like, I should be able to access the Halloween event. I should be able, it should be accessible to everyone. It to some extent is. You can farm for the, you know, the spooky candy. You can farm for cookies from the swarms. You can still use the economical things to make investments. There's still things you can do. I will never understand this entitled mentality of, like, hey, I just started playing this game this week. Why can't I do raids? What the dog? What's the point of end? There has to be a journey to the end game content. There has to be content that not everybody can do. That's what makes it special. If everybody can do every piece of content, what's the point? That you're not playing an MMO at that point. I don't know what video. You're not playing a video game at that point. I don't understand. I truly don't get it. I've never been new to a game and thought, oh, I should be able to do this. It's fuck, I have to grind and earn this. I don't understand. It's crazy to me. I don't understand the comments of, like, I'm a new player, I started 2 days ago, and it really sucks that I can't, you know, saying it, so, sorry. If you think it sucks you can't participate in the event, that's fine. If you're like, you know what, I'm bummed I can't play, that's fine. If you think you deserve it, if you say shit like, I think it's really bad design, come on, man. That shit is weak to me. I'm not a fan of that at all. So I'm gonna actually test this horde and see how it goes. So what I would do first is just sort of, like, get some chip damage off on one of these guys and just die, essentially. I'm gonna just sucker punch. Get some damage off and die. Let my runaway Pokemon go away, and then bring in my Breloom and just strength kill everything. We're gonna test this. It should be a pretty easy fight. Like, I think they have Fisher, which can be kind of scary. Like, if they get some hilariously insane Fisher RNG and just one-shot all my Mons, that could be kind of funny. I guess Spirit Team can avoid Fisher's ground type, isn't it? I was thinking it was normal type. Fisher could be hilarious. But I think the encounter should be pretty safe if I just, like, run around and strength everything, essentially. Aren't you getting bored? I think you had all shiny and alpha Pokemon. I think you had all shiny and alpha Pokemon. PokeMMO should have new regions now. Number one, there's so much to do in this game. There is so much content. It's literally impossible to get bored if you set your personal goals. If you have goals, you're not gonna get bored. Secondly, I don't have all shinies and all alphas. I have, like, 31 OT shinies. I have, like, a list of over, like, 150 that I still want. Alphas aren't really, like, a crazy goal. You can just breed those for OT. And then PokeMMO should have new regions now. It takes a really long time for Pokemon to add new regions. I think people don't understand why. When PokeMMO adds a new region, it's not just taking a piece of content and plopping it and dropping it in the game. This doesn't work like that. You have to balance everything within that game around the current system, okay? It'd be like, my comparison is like, imagine if you just, like, combined all of the Call of Duty games. All Call of Duty games aren't balanced around other Call of Duty games. The Spaz 12 in Call of Duty, or MW2, is balanced around the Striker. It's balanced around the other shotguns, right? It's not balanced around guns from Advanced Warfare or some shit, right? Like, you have to rebalance literally everything around the current system. They have to go through every single patch of grass, every single route, every single NPC, every single trainer, every single gym leader, every single Elite Four, every single Pokeball. They have to literally build the game essentially from the ground up, rebalance everything. It's a lot of work for, like, a four to 5 man dev team. I think 3 or 4 that only work on the, like, that aspect. It is crazy. And people are like, oh, it's so easy to add new regions. Why don't they just do it? It's not. Stop thinking that. It's not just plopping a piece of content in. They have to balance everything around an economy, balance everything around a custom PvP metagame. It's just not that easy. If you think about it for 2 picoseconds, you realize how hard it is. Just think a little before asking your questions that you can be thought through. I don't know, but I'm happy to offer my expertise, but I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's complicated. I think the devs don't get enough empathy towards that, and it's frustrating. Yeah, and then players will beat the new region in a day and be like, okay, where's the next region? And it's like, dude, if storylines are your favorite part of Pokemon, that's awesome. You're not gonna like PokeMMO. I'll tell you right now. If you play a Pokemon game, you beat the storyline and you quit, move on to the next, you're not gonna like PokeMMO, or you're gonna like it for like 100 hours and then you're gonna quit. You are not going to last in, which is fine. That's totally, but it's weird to like ask the game to change around you versus you play a game you enjoy or change around the game, right? Yeah, if you enjoy storylines as shit, that's your favorite part of the game. If you don't enjoy grinding, if you don't enjoy EV training, if you don't enjoy Pokedex completion or other like long-term goals after that, it may not be the game for you, which is totally okay. Not every game is for every person, absolutely. This is a good question. How many max IV Pokemon do you own? I think none. I think 0. 6 times 31 Pokemon are just not worth it for most people and for most Pokemon. They just statistically don't matter or aren't worth it. Things like 6 times 31 Garchomp on a mixed Garchomp with Fire Blast, that's something where, it could be worth it or whatever. I don't know if I own a single. Those are that not worth it, and I don't care as well. Most Mons, you only need 5 times 31 to be absolutely perfect, and then even then, I usually recommend 2 times 31 in the most important stats, like attack and speed, depending on the Pokemon, of course. 2 times 31 and then like 20 to 25 plus in all the ball. Like if you're running a Infernape, right? Infernape is a really good example of a mixed attacker where you probably want to go 31 attack, 31 speed, and 31 special attack, probably, and then have correct nature. Correct nature is way more like naive, way more important. You do not need some OU god could correct me and show me some insane calculation where it's like, hey, if you have exactly 31 special defense IV on Infernape and put 4 EVs into it, you'll survive like a fucking I don't know, like a -2 Draco Meteor from Hydro, like some very specific important calc or some shit, but like in general, you don't need defense EV or IVs and HP IVs on an Infernape. It's such a frail Pokemon already. It's just not going to matter. You have to think about what the Pokemon's job is, right? Infernape's job is to be a glass cannon mixed attacker that allows it to break walls, right? Allows it to break cores, right? Infernape was created to break Starmie Chansey and Starmie Blissey. That was a core that was so strong because Starmie was the perfect defensive wall and Chansey and Blissey were the perfect special defense walls that you had to like constantly switch around. Like there was no good mixed Pokemon to be able to do it. So Infernape was created. The physical special split and Infernape were done to counter that sort of metagame from happening because it was so slow and boring. You just switch back and forth. Infernape was meant to be able to smash through both of those Pokemon. Yeah, Broom Cookies are like 17k a piece right now. That is pretty crazy. I'm down to go ahead and list mine. I only have 1, but it's good to keep track of stuff like this. That's crazy. Okay, while I'm here, I'll go ahead and collect the fat Pokeyen stack, dude. The 2 mil. The 2 mil from that Zorua feels really good. That is awesome. Wait, did you guys see the Capybara? What? I've never seen that. I need to wait. I need to get a Bibarel or a Bidoof right now. I've never seen that sprite before. I have one on my PC. Will work for Bibarel? I have Bibarels. He's in a fucking tub, bro. I've never seen this. Holy shit. It's part of the mod, but I've never seen this. That's fucking incredible. That's awesome. Did Joel get a follower spread as well? I haven't updated my mod, so I don't know if I'll have it for Joel. Grab shiny. I haven't updated, I don't think, so I don't know if... Yeah, I haven't updated. Fun fact, before Generation 5, so Gen 3 and below, before Generation 5 was added to PokeMMO, Shiny Diglett and Dugtrio used to be like my top 3 favorite shinies. It is no longer, but I still love... I love them. Super underrated, just super simple, dumb little guys. I think I prefer Diglett. So I do think that once I get the shiny, I'm going to breed it down. I think the simpler look of just the one blue nose, and he's less like sporadic. I think I prefer this. But I'm a huge fan. Shiny Diglett. It feels cool that I'm definitely gonna hit 20,000 encounters today. I feel like I've been really slow on encounters and stuff. I'm getting old, man. Getting slow at shunting. But I don't know. It feels cool. Yeah, it feels like I was just at like 13k or 12k like the other day. It feels awesome to be back at a higher-ish amount of encounters. It's been too long, man. I've been too slow. Times 5 hordes are just so good. I've been doing so many singles and so much fishing and stuff, and like maybe like an hour a day between videos and stuff. I just had no time to do it. Yeah, we never know the rate of the ultra rare. It's really tough to like even guesstimate. Like, I would say it's at least 1 out of 1,000 for like 1 out of 1,000 pumpkin bags for the ultra rare for the lantern. But that shit is rare. That shit is rare. We don't know the rates. This is just total bullshit guesstimation. That is a tough thing to. Yeah, there are people who open hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and never get them, or even like it's. I would probably say it's 1 out of 1,000. We might guess maybe 1 out of 500. I don't know. It's ultra rares are very rare. The ghostly lantern, what we're currently discussing, but yeah, ultra rares from any goodie bag are always turbo rare. Whether it's the ghostly lantern, whether it's the psychic training mask, training helmets. What are some other ultra rares from recent events? The white rabbit plush, an expensive one at 30 mil. Ultra rares are ultra rare. I think richest charms are a good investment. Richest charms can be an extremely good short-term investment. When I say short-term, sorry, I should qualify this. Short-term usually means 3 to 6 months is what I would say. Like under a year. Short-term's under a year. Long-term is like 2 years plus. At least 1 year plus. Probably 2 years plus. Richest charms can be a very good. Not right now. They're so expensive. Absolutely not right now. During the anniversary event coming up, when they're brought back into the game, probably a good investment. It depends. Like, I buy richest charms when they're like 34k. When richest charms are like 35k, 75%, they'll always go up from there. Yeah, you could always. Yeah, richest charms can be a really good investment, but gotta buy them at their bottom outs. You know, buy low, sell high. Most basic meme. Patrality, why should we grind money for event? Question mark. Look on what we need to spend. Teach me, master. There's 2 things you need to spend money on for an event. Okay, number 1, investments, but that's only if you like. Investments aren't for everybody. If you see yourself playing this game in like 2 to 4 years, make investments. I think it's good. Investments are good if you're gonna be playing for a long time. If not, don't worry about it. It's not that they're very good, but it's not that crazy. Number 1, investment, and then number 2, fashionscape, whatever you want. That's really it. Like, the 2 things are you're either spending money to make more money in the future, or you're getting the dope vanities that you really like. Like, I'm gonna be getting some bad hats. I'm gonna be getting a bad hat for sure. I really want a bad hat. I'm gonna be getting the mummy stuff. I'm gonna be getting like one of all the pretty much everything for the most part. Cool. 20,000 encounters on the dime right there. Kind of nice to see. I know it's a big topic now, but how long do you think MMO will stay alive? Like, are super long-term investments even a thing to think about? Dude, absolutely. Maybe I'm just hopium because I love the game and my livelihood depends on it. But like, all MMOs, I don't know. I've told it before. I don't know if all MMOs have to die. We just video games haven't been long enough for us to even see. Like, Ultima Online's been kicking for like 26 years, I think. 1997, and then old school RuneScape's been around for like 25 years or something. 1998 as Devious Mud. Maybe it was 99 or 2000 released to the public. I'm not sure. But like, dude, I don't know. Like, we haven't really seen how long MMOs can last. I think they can get up to like. I'm excited to see one day Ultima Online's 100th anniversary. Like, that'd be an incredible thing to see. That's the goal, man. That'd be awesome. But we'll see what happens. I think if they stopped updating PokeMMO right now, it easily rides out another 10 years, probably 20. If they like stopped updating PokeMMO right now, stopped caring about it, if the devs fucking for whatever reason moved on, or if all the devs died in a freak accident, obviously knock on wood, hopefully not, but I think the game would still last for another 10 years, easily another, probably easily 10 years, probably 20, would be my guess. I've played a lot of MMOs. I've played I think over 30,000 hours. Oh, easily over 30,000 hours of MMOs. 20,000 into RuneScape, 7K into PokeMMO. Easily over 30,000 hours of MMOs, and I think that PokeMMO has what it takes to last such a long time. The amount of when games are open-ended and almost sandbox style and allow you to, it's same with like Minecraft. Like if they never updated Minecraft for the rest of time, it would last another 100 years easily. Like Minecraft, like easily, unless something comes out better, I guess. But yeah, I just kind of doubt. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. A little ramble on MMOs and time. Pat just started PokeMMO 2 weeks ago and already on 7 mil. 7 mil in 2 weeks is kind of crazy, man. Congratulations. Been payday farming mostly. You must be crazy grinding. Kind of want to try something new, but kind of brain dead. Is E4 reruns? E4 reruns are the opposite of brain dead. E4 reruns are comparable. They're good money and they're comparable-ish to gym reruns, but they're like way more brain full. Hard to do, hard to get into, high barrier to entry. If you want brain dead money, I think gym reruns, if you have all regions done, is super good, or even like working towards that is super good. Ditto farming, if you have access to Hoenn, is pretty good, can become brain dead. And then farming just certain kinds of Pokemon like Pikachu, Shroomish, farming certain Mons can be really good. I have a ton of money making guides on my channel, as well as I always say my PokeMMO money making method playlist. Playlists are really powerful on my channel. Go to my YouTube page, go to playlists, look what's there. There's like playlists for each. I wish YouTube showed off playlists more because they're so good, but they don't have like a good search engine for playlists enough. But yeah, my Pokemon, I have like 80 plus videos for my Pokemon money making methods, right? Like, yeah, I have tons of videos there, tons of other playlists covering guides and casual content. If you want to watch, if you want hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of background content to put on, PokeMMO casual content is a great playlist to throw on. It's tons of like long form stuff to throw on in the background while you kind of grind. It's good background content. Honestly, when you think about it, it's still impressive, but it's actually not that outlandish. Like, if he's made, that's actually really genius. If he's made 7 mil in 2 weeks of PokeMMO, and he says mostly from payday, 500,000 Pokeyen a day from payday, it's 5 hours a day. It's not that crazy. That's actually like, I mean, 5 hours a day is obviously a lot of gaming for most people, but if like, I don't know, if you have a lot of free time, like, I don't know, man, it's like not that outlandish, you know. It's not 10 hours a day, it's not 12 hours every day for 2 weeks. Like, it's 5 hours a day for 2 weeks, enjoying the game. That's not that, I don't know, that's actually like pretty doable for like most people, a lot of people at least, right? Yeah, I've actually talked about this before. Team suggestions for Blaine. I think Blaine's the hardest gym leader in all of PokeMMO. And I've made videos talking about it. He's actually kind of nuts. His coverage is just unreal. He's a fire type gym leader with solar beams and wild charges and close combats all over the place. So if you're being a water type or a ground type to counter the fire, you're getting solar beamed, you're getting wild charged, like you're getting perfectly countered under sun. It's brutal, man. Blaine is easily probably the hardest, gym leader in PokeMMO in my opinion. The best counter is usually Kingdra. I used Kingdra in my Nuzlocke, because it being dragon water allows it to stay neutral for most of his coverage. Like, it's neutral from solar beam, neutral from wild charge, and it's just a tanky, good Pokemon. You can set up rain and then just spam surf. Set up rain dance, spam surf. You're usually going to beat Blaine with Kingdra. Even then, it's tough. He's a tough gym leader, man. Hey there, any ideas on how to come back to Pokemon? I had a long break. I really think there's basically a couple of guides, I guess, to check out. Like 63 tips. If you're coming back to the game, the like 3 or so videos I'd recommend you like checking out are 63 tips in PokeMMO, 63 things to do in PokeMMO, and other than that, I guess like event stuff. If you're the hell, I think those are the 2 most important videos to watch if you're coming back to PokeMMO. And then kind of Googling whatever questions pop in your head. That's really all it is. I think I've shiny hunted Doug Trio for the entire 4.5 hour stream today so far. That's kind of crazy. Usually I mix it up, I shake up locations, I do different things. I've been sitting in Sandstorm for the fucking full, like, almost 5 hours. That's kind of nuts. I don't usually do that. It's kind of crazy. All right, 20,800 encounters. I'm gonna go check this Drapion swarm really quick. It's one of the swarms that I love. I mean, shiny checking just for the heck of it, right? Just in the off chance. How slow you move with the bike if you like walk with the bike. Why is Sinnoh the only region you can like walk with the bike? It's so funny. It should be over here on Route 210. Did I miss it? Is it over to the right, maybe? Double check before I... It's probably over to the east side. Oh, it's probably actually... It's on Route 210. It's probably up in this location by the Swablues. I'm gonna grab a defogged Pokemon. Probably over here to the east. Yeah, over Celestic Town or something. I do wish that, I don't know how hard it would be to like make the little sprite appear a little more accurately on the map. I don't know how like annoying that'd be to like change. Okay, I found him. Here we go. Not shiny, never lucky. Of course I come at the perfect time. I only got one encounter. I missed the rest. That was actually so unfortunate. Unlucky. Actually unlucky. Alpha Cerulean Cave. Let's go check it out, fellas. Grab our Spinda. This is going to be somewhere inside. It's going to be a huge... How deep in the cave is the alpha going to be, do you guys think? It's near the Mewtwo spot, and it's just an alpha Parasect. Oh my... Talk about cringe. Yeah, this was very deep. Like, so into the cave. Okay, we found it, though. I guess we're going to shiny check fucking alpha Parasect. No shiny. Can you guys believe that? Crazy. I'm not gonna lie, this is a huge waste of time. I shouldn't try to catch this. It's a female Parasect. Like, I'm gonna make 0 Pokeyen from this. It's, yeah, crazy. Certain alphas aren't worth catching, like, unironically. Like, it's better to just either kill them and get the XP candies, shiny check them and peace out. Like, yeah, it just takes too much time, and I'd rather be shunting on this charm. Sorry, Clarko, for wasting a little bit of charm. All right, there's the catch. Maybe it's 3 times 31 and it will be worth it. Let's see. What should be like 31 special attack and 31 attack? I mean, honestly, it's still good, but like, I still don't know if it's worth it. Like, how dumb is it that like, that took like 5 minutes, let's say? And like, okay, let's do... What aid group? Probably is worth it. Bug plants. Plants. We'll check both. 31. We'll do it like this. 20, 20, 31. Let's just check like this, actually. 31 stats. One that's not Petalil. 38k. 38k. 25. Like, it's just... Oh, man. Just not that good. Put to like 10 minutes. Maybe like 5 to 8 minutes. I don't know. I almost want to shake it up. I've been at Doug Trio for the past like 5 hours. I kind of want to shake it up and go like Bagon or something. Go for the single now that I'm at 20,000 encounters. As I've been saying the whole time, yeah, I might start doing more times 5 hordes, but man, I yearn for the singles. I yearn for the grind. I haven't bought one of the cats yet, and I honestly don't know if I will. Maybe I'll regret that decision, but I don't know, man. I still have 500 RP, which is kind of funny, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna buy one of the cats. I don't know. I've really been thinking about it. I might just not. I don't know if it's a vanity that I super care about. I don't know if I'll ever use it. I don't know. Kind of tough. Kind of tough. Okay, I'm gonna head over to the Bagon spot. I think I can actually just super repel through this cave. I think I can just do this. If I like use my steps properly, usually I have way too many steps left over when I max repel. I should buy more like supers and normal repels and not just maxes, because sometimes I end up wasting steps then, and it's just brutal. It's nice to have. I think if I step correctly, I'm pretty sure I can do this in a super instead of a max. Which would be, I should buy some then to use them every time essentially getting through this cave. Let's double check though. Let's see. I'm coming up on the entrance up here. Even this, like, I have a little bit left over. Yeah, I should definitely buy supers then. I'm still gonna have some left over. Hey Pat, how many shinies do you think someone needs to be a good shunter? There's just no number. It's gonna be like consistency, different rarities. Like, there's no exact number. There's a million different combinations. I can give you one example, I guess. If you're someone who has, okay, this is an example of what I would call a very good shunter. If you have, let's say that you have 10 times 5 horde shinies, 2 times 3 horde shinies, 1 fishing shiny and or 1 single encounter shiny, and then 1 egg hunting shiny that you didn't get super lucky on. If you went like 20,000 plus eggs for an egg shiny on top of all that, I'd say that's like a very good shunter. Like, that's a very good shunter. That's a good example of like what one's catalog might look like. Wait, did someone get it? Wait, what happened? 4 times 31? Wow. Congrats to Kev. Holy. Woo. You don't see that very often. Jeez, dude. 4 times 31 wild shiny is crazy. And 25. 4 times 31, 25 is nuts. Man. This is really, really, really rare. What is this? 1 out of 70k? 1 out of 80k? 1 out of 70 or like 80k shinies? Like that's the math on something like this. I believe I have to check it. This is really, really, really rare. Really, really, really rare. Yeah, someone just caught this in Team Mister. Congratulations to you, Kev. That is wait, that is so rare. What are the odds of a 6x31 Pokemon PokeMMO? I have the math on this somewhere. This is really, really, really rare. Okay, actually, it's not as rare as I thought because you get 1x31 guaranteed. Okay, it's actually this is way less rare than I thought. It's still really rare. It's 1 out of 1,800 shinies. So out of 1,802 shinies, one of them will come out 4x31. The reason why is that it's guaranteed 1x31, so it's essentially the same rate as 3x31, which is 1 out of 1,802 Pokemon should be 3x31. So you have to calculate like shinies. So it's 1 out of 1,800 shinies should be 4x31. That's the math, I believe. There you go. It's still nuts. Like, I mean, no one catches 1,800 OTs. Like that's the average rate you would get. That's nuts. If you were given the chance to have any vanity you want, but it was untradeable, what vanity would you go for? Can I say Banhammer? I don't know if that counts. That's a dev-only vanity, and I love it so much. I'd probably go Banhammer, but I don't know if that's an actual answer. That's like only, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's probably maybe it though. Other than that, probably a kind of probably party hat, like the 1 of 1 vanity. I genuinely like the way the party hat looks. It probably would fit my outfit like pretty well, I feel like. Not this one, but my normal one. Party hat or yeah. It's kind of hilarious because Broom Cookies are probably raising in price because they're used, and then also Thief is bugged right now. How messed up is that? Broom Cookies are raising in price because Thief is bugged, so it's not as easy to farm cookies right now. That is so wow. It just clicked for me. That's really funny. Wow. I kind of want to leave the cave right now. A Bagon Beldum double swarm is really cool. Apparently there's a Spirit Tomb swarm in Johto. I'm going to dig out of the cave right now and go do that for my last 4 encounters of the stream to get to 21,000 encounters. Let's do a shiny check. Some cool Pokemon. Okay, we're at the Spirit Tomb. Let's see. Some of the lucky shiny luck today. Here's the last encounter. I accidentally bumped my encounter. I got 2 wild encounters here as a lore. Let's see. Last Spirit Tomb, last encounter of the stream. Not shiny. Ah, so unlucky. Obviously, I'm just kidding. Thanks, guys, for watching. Have a great day. Hopefully, it was enjoyable. Make sure to like this stream if you did enjoy it. Dislike if not. Subscribe for daily videos. Follow the Twitch 4 streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. And if you want to go above and beyond and support my channel, if my content has helped you out enough to warrant it, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and especially PayPal/Venmo donations do go a very long way. I'll see you guys later. Peace, Reno. Have a good night. Good shiny luck. See you guys. Peace. Hey, thanks so much for watching till the very end of the video, and thanks to everybody whose name is on this list. You guys go above and beyond and allow me to make the content that I do. So thank you so much once again, and have a great day.